Hello, this is Shock44, and I'm going to tell you how to play this game because someone, by the name of the Noob Cobber asked me to do this. He didn't really ask me to do this, but I offered it, and he said, that'd be awesome. And I haven't seen anyone do this, except if you want to count that person who said, who called, tips, or like, tips of how to play the game, but he didn't tell you how to play Texas Hold'em. He pretty much assumed that you knew what Texas Hold'em was all about. He explained what calling or checking. He explained what checking was, but that was it. He didn't explain anything else. He just said, "Oh, max is like this, heavy's like that, strong bad's like this, and Tycho is this way." And then he's like, "Okay, so I have this, and I'm gonna do this and this." But if you don't know how to play Texas Hold'em, how the heck are you gonna follow that guy? So I am going to tell you how to play this game, how to do it well. I'm not very the only thing I'm not expert on yet is when and when not to what I've noticed from my friends, when he was able to know when to go all in to get people to get busted out really fast, but that's kind of hard to do. But in my opinion, I think you have to just know when to do it to get him to get busted out. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work all the time at all. So I don't like to go all in a lot, unless I, am very confident. Okay, let me tell you how to play this game. I know I'm not beginning the game, but whatever. I don't want to, skip out my game. So basically, what happens is I'm gonna do this as if you are a complete noob to poker and you just don't know anything. I'm gonna do that because, in case just so that I don't get that many questions in the comments, probably. I want to make this be like total noob help, So anyway, you basically in this game, you are trying to get, you're bidding money. You put money in there, and people are trying to, you're trying to win the most money. Okay, you're not really trying to win the most money, but you're trying not to get busted out. And busting out is when you lose all your money. You throw your money in there, then they're represented by chips, and basically you want to see who gets the best hand, and whoever gets the best hand wins that round or pot or hand or whatever you want to call it. And and the person who loses the money that they were bidding. Let me just go through this real quick. You get 2 cards, and depending on what cards you get, you should really think about it, because you see, if you don't know how cards work, like how it goes is it goes, ace. No, wait, that's not how it goes. Never mind. Okay, this is how it goes from lowest to highest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we got 10 jack, queen, king, ace. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 jack, queen, king, ace. That's lowest to highest. So don't worry about the suits. The suits are not. There's no suits that are higher than other suits or anything like that. So basically, you're trying to get the best hand. Okay, basically, you look at your hand. You say, do I have a good hand? And it's okay to if you had money, Obviously, at the beginning of the game, everyone has the same money, so it doesn't really matter but unless your cards are really low or they just look like pathetic, But basically, how this works, I should tell you this. I should told you this earlier. Basically, the cards there will be cards in the middle that are dealt. There'll be 4 of them, but there'll only be 3 that are dealt at first, and that's called the flop. And basically, you get 2 cards, and 4 cards. No, not 4. 5 cards. Sorry, 5 cards will be in the middle, but they'll be shown after like a few turns or so. So you get your 2 cards. You think, these seem pretty good. So if they seem pretty good, you call or check, whatever your choice is. Call means that you are betting what the person just bet. You see these.
We don't have all day.
Yeah, there's these parts up here on the top that say blind, 100 blind, 200 blind. That means that those 2 people, they have to bet, or not bet, bid. They have to bid. No, it is bet. It is bet. Sorry, they have to bet. You have to bet right there at the beginning of the game, and then you have to. If you think you have a chance, you call that bet, and then let's see. Checking is just when you don't want to bet. You have the chance to bet, and if you can bet, and so that you can get more money later. Because then if you bet, then everyone else after you has to bet the same amount of money, and that's what they call your bet. Because they say, okay, you want to bet it, you want to raise it up, okay, I'll call that bet, because usually when they bet, usually when the computers bet, that means they're pretty confident. Sometimes sometimes it's hard to tell sometimes, but usually this is what happens with betting. Computers will see a card come up that's like a 10 or a queen or a king, and when they see that card show up, they'll be like betting, and then that probably means, and this has happened to me like 3 times, that usually means that they have that card in their hand, that they have a king, and they're like, oh, I'm betting because I have a pair, or I have a 2 pair, or whatever. Like if a king and a jack were to show up, and they bet, they probably do have a king and a jack, or at least a king or a jack. So you gotta watch out for that. If your cards are not higher than what they might have, then you better just fold. Folding, I should tell you, is when you decide, okay, my hand sucks. I don't have a chance. I'm gonna just fold and not risk any more money, because you have to call people's bets, and you have to put money in. And people are going to win your money, but if you win, you get your money back and everyone else's money that bet too. And raising is basically, I don't really know what's the difference between raising and betting. I haven't actually thought about that. But anyway, so a straight's really good, a 3 of kind's really good, 2 pair is pretty good. It's not the best thing, but 2 pair can save you pretty good. I forgot to mention that, like, if it looks like it's gonna be a straight, like if there's sequential cards coming up in the middle and someone bets, that usually means they have the next card, or they have a straight, and like they have a card in their hand that's going to get them a straight. So you gotta watch out for that too. That goes for any kind of hand, really, not just pairs. 1 pair is okay. High card, probably not gonna save you. High card is probably not very good. If you have a high card, don't be so excited. It's not gonna be that great unless you get lucky. And flush, really good. It tells you what these are, so you can look and see what you have. So let me just show you how this works.
Sometimes you must wait.
What? They're not listening.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I'm gonna call this because I have an ace and an 8. And so if there's an ace or an 8 or something, I can get a pair in the middle. I should say this, you take what's in the middle, and then you see what's in the middle, and you combine it with what you have, And so there's a 10 and 10 and an 8.
I bet.
So now I have a 2 pair because there's a pair of 10s, and then I have an 8, and there's an 8 in the middle. That means there's a 2 pair now because I have a pair of 8s, and there's a pair of 10s. And there's a 7.
These chips are credit to heavy weapons cards.
He feels confident, but
And to show
from what I've noticed, the heavy is very stupid in this game. I don't know what it is, but it seems like sometimes he's smart. There'll be some times where he's smart, but But a lot of the times he seems like he just bets. He doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know. The heavy is really stupid in my opinion. Whenever, at least on normal mode. I haven't tried hard mode yet, but I've been playing normal mode a lot, and the heavy does not seem like a very good player. You know, heavy sometimes heavy will probably. It seems like he just plays when he thinks he has high cards or good cards that might work, but usually he doesn't know what he has or he knows what he has, you know, but he doesn't know what he's doing. You know, he just doesn't know the system. It doesn't seem like it. Tycho, watch out for Tycho. Tycho will often overbet the pot, but like sometimes Tycho will bluff, but what you should make sure is that Tycho doesn't really bluff very often. But from what I can tell, whenever I go up against Tycho, Tycho's very very tight player because he doesn't play very often. He usually folds because he doesn't want to get illusion. No, because but like he won't play very many hands, and when he is playing a hand and he looks like he seems confident enough to keep going, you better watch out because he is going to have some high cards, I bet. Sometimes he bluffs, and sometimes he just like doesn't know what he's doing. A lot of the computers do that. Like, you know, the computers will do that a lot sometimes. They'll just be like, oh, yeah, I'm totally in this, and then their cards are pathetic compared to yours. But that just happens sometimes. But most of the time you gotta watch out for people's hands. But I'm just telling you what these characters are like. The heavy, you know, stupid, but sometimes good. But this usually stupid, and just goes for the high cards sometimes, most of the time. Tycho, but Tycho knows the game pretty much. He knows what he's doing. He knows when he's got a good hand. It seems like sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes he'll bluff just to see if he can get to win, which means But whenever you go up against Tycho, you better make sure you have a good hand because you never know when he's bluffing or not. So, I mean, I'm sure there's a certain way you can tell when people are bluffing and when they're actually not bluffing and they actually have a good hand, but I haven't got it yet. Anyway, strong bet. He seems he likes to bet on the flop for some reason, and strong bet likes to bet and then he'll just fold after the flop because I don't know. And what you may make sure is that don't go all in unless you think you can. Like you think you have really got a good hand. Don't go all in. It's big risk. Also, when you go all in, that means everyone else has to call that and put in that amount of chips too. So they might go, yeah, I'm fold because they don't want to bet that much money. They think you're crazy. So some people might though. Like they'll be like not usually they won't do that. Usually they won't go for it if you go all in and you have a lot of money. Say you have like 8,000 or 7,000 or 5,000, and you go all in. They'll be like, whoa, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm out because they don't want to put much money. But there'll be a certain chances where they'll be like, oh yeah, okay, let's do this, and you. So it's really risky going all in because you can you can bust yourself out by doing that, because the other person might have some good cards. You never know, better cards than you know. Anyway, Max is very loose. He just play almost any hand. He doesn't fold very often. The heavy's kind of tight, kind of like Tycho, but heavy doesn't really know the game as well as Tycho does. Strombed is a pretty good player, but Strombed's like kind of like Tycho, but like Max and Strombed are like in the middle. Heavy's on the low and Tycho's in the high. It seems like that's how good they are. Anyway, so I know I stole some information from that one guy's video, but whatever. It's good tips. And anyway,
the player has 2 pair. The heavy has 2 pair. The player wins the hand.
I only won right there because my last card was higher than his last card. We had the same hand, but I had a higher card. If we had the same exact hand, then we would have just split the pot.